Absolutely, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even like in the rap world, like all of the rappers that you know that never been to jail and never gotten any trouble with the law, but they talk as if their life is opposite of that. Like those are federal informants. Like, you know.
You think they're really out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of the job, is to acquire those. It's like saying, you know, if you're playing chess, do you have any pawns?
Katt Williams just dropped another wild claim, and Tekashi is sitting right in the middle of the storm. Katt is out here saying that the rainbow-haired troublemaker never stopped talking to the authorities, acting like being an informant is some kind of 9-to-5 hustle. He's calling out men who are still slipping information to the feds, cutting quiet deals, and staying protected by playing both sides like it's nothing. But before diving any deeper, let's rewind for a second, because none of Katt Williams' new accusations came out of thin air. Tekashi's reputation for cooperating with law enforcement.
If it doesn't fit, it ain't sh**. And things in this world are starting to not fit. Right now, we have a perfectly suitable clown running the free world. We got a guy whose advice included things that no decent crackhead would tell you to do with a wound.
Me, I do not give a I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Since I came home, y'all know it. I wore my day one. Yeah, I did it in what? I'm outside. Y'all know I'm outside. Outside. I never told on my friends. I don't tell on my friends. Them wasn't my mans. Y'all know they wasn't my mans. That's what hurt y'all. Like, damn, like, he's right. Oh, he's right.
Has been shadowing him for years, and that history never really went away. Every time people think the situation has calmed down, someone pops up and drags it back into the spotlight again. And now with the Katt chiming in, the whole conversation just got louder, messier, and way more intense. This time, it's Katt Williams throwing serious gasoline on the situation. People still remember when Tekashi 6ix9ine flipped from a loud internet troll to a full-on federal cooperator faster than anyone ever expected. The truth is, he was never actually built for any street lifestyle. He was basically acting it out like a costume, trying to impress the wrong crowd while pretending he was really about that life. But somehow, he managed to squeeze himself right into the 9 tray circle, riding the wave until the pressure turned up and everything around him got dangerous.
I'd have been like, all that shit doing is stupid at this point. I know you might have got on from doing it and it worked out to be able to make some money, but I think you need to slow down. I think you're beefing with too many people right now. You putting the wrong energy out, and the world will deliver the energy that you're putting out. Like, you delivering a gangster type of energy now. He locked up in the middle of some shit. So, you know, you gave out that energy. You kind of got that energy back. I seen him one time and I was like, yo, I want to holler at you real quick. He was like, all right, I'm going to holler at you in a second. And I was going to tell him, like, things not talking about prison. Just like, yo, stop putting that energy out. You get money now.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And nobody want to live like that. You can't live with 10 security guards forever.
In the moment the feds came crashing down in 2018 with that massive sweep, racketeering charges, robberies, shootings, gang-related offenses, Tekashi collapsed instantly like a dollar store lawn chair. No hesitation, no second thoughts, no loyalty. The second things got real, he switched sides and started talking because he wasn't built to survive what he stepped into. Headline after headline started dropping, and Tekashi was out here pointing fingers like he was the director of every crime scene. He was naming people in the videos, identifying the shooters, and breaking down how the whole operation worked like he was giving a masterclass to the prosecution.
That's a fact, you. That's a fact, you. Ain't you security? This is security? That's security, nigga, you pussy. Look. Shut up. And you with a cop. And look, you tight. And you with police. Look, that cop. That cop.
Instead of keeping quiet, he was talking non-stop, not whispering, not protecting anybody. He was basically giving full-on TED Talks for the government. And because of all that cooperation, he walked away with a 2-year sentence instead of spending the rest of his life behind bars. Prosecutors even said his cooperation was extremely useful, which told everyone exactly how deep he went with the information. By 2019, the entire street culture stamped him as a confirmed informant for life.
Me, I do not give a I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Since I came home, Y'all know it. I wore my shit from day one. Yeah, I did it in what? I'm outside. Y'all know I'm outside. Outside. I never told on my friends. I don't tell on my friends. Them wasn't my mans. Y'all know they wasn't my mans. That's what hurt y'all. Like, damn, like, he's right. Oh, he's right.
If it doesn't fit, it ain't And things in this world are starting to not fit. Right now, we have a perfectly suitable clown running the free world. We got a guy whose advice included things that no decent crackhead would tell you to do with a wound.
Real street men mocked him. Memes flooded the internet, debates were blowing up everywhere, and the label stuck permanently. But the craziest part, even after everything, even after walking out with a light sentence, Tekashi tried to act like his informant reputation magically disappeared, like he thought he got a fresh start just because he felt like it. That's where the Meek Mill chapter comes in, because Meek was one of the first big name rappers who wasn't scared to call it out in public. Back in 2018, when Tekashi was arguing with anyone who had a heartbeat, Meek went on an interview and tried to warn him. He told him straight up that giving out that wild type of energy eventually comes right back to you. That was Meek basically telling him calm down before your own words put you in danger. But Tekashi didn't listen. Instead, he jumped online and started ranting, claiming Meek Mill ain't the real street dude, trying to flip the narrative by attacking Meek's credibility.
Absolutely, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Even like in the rap world, like all of the rappers that you know that never been to jail and never gotten any trouble with the law, but they talk as if their life is opposite of that. Like, those are federal informants, like, you know.
You think they're really out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of the job, is to acquire those. It's like saying, you know, if you're playing chess, do you have any pawns?
By 2020, the tension exploded, the disrespect got worse, and the whole situation turned nasty as both sides kept firing shots back and forth. Meek jumped on X and started firing straight shots at Tekashi with zero hesitation. He posted, "I hope that rat going live to apologize to the people he told on or the victim. That's the only thing I'ma say because he's dead. Left his baby mom and child like a coward as targets." It was pure heat, and Tekashi came back swinging in the most disrespectful way, just like he always does. He replied with, "Imagine having a newborn baby come into the world and be pressed about a Mexican with rainbow hair." That comment was a direct hit aimed at Meek, who had just welcomed a newborn with Milan Harris and was out here stressing over 6ix9ine's return instead of just celebrating his family moment. That one line alone had the whole internet shouting like, "This guy truly has no sense of fear." Tekashi was talking reckless like he had nothing to lose. Meek tried to brush it off, but he wasn't staying quiet either. He kept sending slick lines on X, calling Tekashi a keyboard informant, saying he faked activism and accusing him of entertaining rich industry people with his clown behavior. He wanted everyone to know Tekashi wasn't cut from any real street cloth, and he wasn't buying any of the image Tekashi was trying to sell. And when Tekashi dropped Gooba, Meek kept the pressure going. He even commented, "In that new song, trash, we heard that nonsense, LOL." Meek made sure people knew he wasn't impressed, and not by the music and not by the comeback, but Tekashi is Tekashi. No matter how loud the criticism gets, he always finds a way to push back louder, stay chaotic, and keep his name trending one way or another. Tekashi threw the disrespect right back at Meek, trying to flip the whole situation upside down. He claimed Meek only talked about justice when the cameras were pointed at him, trying to make himself look like some victim of industry pressure. He was pushing this idea that everybody was ganging up on him, when really he brought most of the heat onto himself. Then came that infamous 2021 confrontation in that Atlanta parking lot, loud, messy, and full of tension. Meek jumped online immediately tweeting, "6ix9ine waited outside the club for me, they trying to get us." That moment showed everyone exactly what was going on. Tekashi loved bothering real street men, comfortable because he knew he had that federal protection wrapped around him like bubble wrap. He played dangerous games with a safety net most people could never dream of, and that's exactly the type of energy Katt Williams has been joking about for years. None of this is sudden, surprising, or random. A couple of years back, Katt even wore a rainbow-colored wig on stage mimicking Tekashi, calling him a rat, calling him a clown, and making fun of his whole "I didn't cooperate, they weren't my real friends" excuse. Katt had zero hesitation calling out the pattern Tekashi kept trying to hide behind. Tekashi didn't like that either. He got defensive fast when people called him a hypocrite for going at Young Thug and labeling him a federal informant while ignoring his own history. But fast forward to earlier this year when Katt pulled up on Theo Von's podcast. He didn't say any names, but anybody with functioning ears knew exactly who he was talking about. Katt said the rap game had guys acting like federal pawns. Men who somehow stay free, still act street, still get into situations but never actually go to jail. He said there were individuals feeding information, operating undercover, and staying protected because they were useful. The moment he said it, the internet exploded. People were saying he's talking about Tekashi. He has to be, because nobody else matches that pattern so perfectly. Tekashi walks around like nothing can touch him, trolling artists, pulling up on people who should have confronted him years ago, talking wild on live and still moving with zero consequences. No jail time, no setbacks, no real hits to his career the way other rappers deal with when they slip up. And that's why the conversation around him never dies, because the situation never makes sense unless there's something deeper behind it. And here's the wildest part. People started whispering that Tekashi didn't just cooperate once, they think he made some long-term deal behind the scenes. Folks said his drug-related violations last year looked strange, like he slipped up big time, but somehow walked away untouched again. Street guys were openly saying, bro, working for the government, he ain't just cooperated once, he's still cooperating. And one man went even harder, saying Katt definitely referring to 6ix9ine, dude been a snitch and still is. Another person wrote, Katt telling without telling, genius. And honestly, the theory didn't sound impossible to people because Tekashi always shows up in the middle of cases, arguments, or beef, like he got the script before everybody else. It made people feel like he was plugged into something bigger, something nobody wanted to talk about out loud. Then Tekashi started doing the most, calling other men cooperators in public, the same label he got stuck with permanently. He even recorded diss tracks about it, which only made the internet clown him harder. The moment he called Young Thug a federal pawn in that diss track, the whole community snapped. People couldn't believe he had the nerve to talk like that after everything he admitted in court. Comments flooded in instantly. One user wrote, wasn't he accused of the same? Another said it straight, pot calling the kettle black. And everywhere you looked, people were joking about the irony. A man known worldwide for cooperating suddenly becoming the loudest voice, accusing others of the same thing. It had the entire internet shaking their heads because Tekashi kept playing a dangerous game he wasn't built for, while pretending he forgot the whole world watched him give statements on record. Tekashi tried to excuse everything by saying, they weren't my real homies, so it don't count. But the streets fired right back with, you was eating with them, traveling with them, filming videos with them, stop the cap. People weren't buying his explanation for a second, and that's exactly why Katt's new comments hit so hard. Not because he revealed something brand new, but because he finally said out loud what people have been whispering about for years. Katt Williams basically confirmed the conversation the community has been having forever. According to the way folks see it, Tekashi didn't stop cooperating in 2018 or 2019 or when he came home, and maybe he never stopped at all. When you start lining everything up, the pieces fall right into place. The courtroom statements, the short sentence, the protected vibe he always moves with, the constant conflicts with no real consequences, the reckless online taunting, and the access he gets that he shouldn't have. All of it starts looking like one long pattern. Katt didn't even have to drop a specific name. He just said one line about rappers working with federal agents, and instantly everyone's mind went straight to the rainbow-haired chaos magnet who never stays quiet. And that's why the topic won't die, because every time Tekashi pops up, the same questions pop up too. So what do you think? Was Tekashi just protecting himself? Or did he genuinely save lives by cooperating? Did he betray the streets? Or was it the only way he saw to escape more prison time? And did Katt Williams get it wrong? Or did he finally say the truth that everyone else was scared to mention? Drop your thoughts below, share your opinion in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe, share the video, and I'll see you on the next one.